last year, I found that the greatest trials teach a soul the greatest lessons. I've learned that I can continue walking the earth and continue creating even when I've gone through the greatest pain. I've learned that love is much deeper than romance. Love is when you care so deeply for another soul that you'd give your own soul to your beloved. You'd give up your individuality, all of the experiences you've ever encountered, to become a part of that other soul. And that in doing so, you come one step closer to oneness with God. I've learned that you cannot help whom you fall in love with, and that you can continue loving even when you know it can never be returned. I've learned to continue loving creation and God, even when a part of God and creation has hurt or betrayed me. I've learned to dance, even when my heart is filled with sorrow and loss. I've learned that it's okay to cry, and that it's okay to go on. And I've learned that going on doesn't mean you have failed to love the ones that you've lost. I've learned that truly loving God means truly loving the soul that I am, that my soul is an expression of the universe, of creation, and of the force that flows through all things. I've learned that fully embracing myself in the face of the intolerance, pride, condemnation, and self-righteousness of others is the only way to fully embrace my own divinity within. I've learned that rejecting myself is a rejection of God within me. I've learned what it truly means to forgive others who have wronged me. I've learned what it means to walk in grace. This past year, I've learned that I'm infinitely stronger than I ever thought I was before. I've also learned that I am truly watched over, and that in the midst of loneliness, I am surrounded by the light and the caressing love of angels, guardians, and souls that have walked beside me every step of my journey. I've learned that I am never alone, and that true love is unconditional, and anything less is counterfeit love. I've learned that I do not have to be perfect in order to be loved by the universe. I've learned that even in the midst of both trials and mistakes, it was only I who had cast judgment upon myself. That even when I believed the self-righteous indignation of others, God's Spirit never lost sight of the innate perfection I truly possess as a part of God's own Spirit that flows within me. I've learned that I can walk alone and that my heart can still sing. I've learned that whenever we cast judgment upon ourselves or others, we are casting judgment upon God, and we put ourselves one step further from knowing and loving God and ourselves. I've learned to trust that there is an innate balance within the universe, that every event and every circumstance we encounter is to teach us to love ourselves and all of creation unconditionally. I've learned that it is my responsibility to forgive others who have trespassed against me, and that the universe will unfold in this lifetime or in lifetimes to come, so that every injustice will one day be made right, so that those who have hurt or betrayed me will likewise learn to love more deeply by experiencing the effects of their actions. I have learned that when I love myself, I am loving God. When I know myself, I am also learning to know God. I have also learned that when I love others, I am loving God. And by knowing others more deeply, I also begin to know God more deeply as well.